Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to another video from Sonic the Comic Reviews. I am back today with another unboxing review for you, and that is of the limited edition steelbook of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on 4K Ultra HD. So today is April 14th, and it is the official release date for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on physical media. At least it is here in the UK, it might vary from other country to country. There were two versions of this limited edition steelbook. The first one obviously being the shadow that you see here in front of you, or I should say this was the second one. The first version of the steelbook contains just Sonic on the front. I honestly thought that this version looks a lot more interesting and cooler. I'm going to give my opinions on the steelbook in general of the artwork they've used a little bit later on. But first, let's just look at it first and see everything we've got with it. I haven't opened it from the cellophane yet. I literally just opened it from its Amazon box that it just came in. So let's give it a closer look. You've got like this kind of partial cardboard half sleeve that steelbooks usually are quite prominent with. I'm not the biggest fan of these because once you remove it from the cellophane, this kind of bit of cardboard that overlaps on the top here, there's not really much you can do with it. A lot of people usually bin those. I kind of would have rather it had its own sleeve sort of thing. But anyways, let's look at the back. Bigger, bolder and better than ever by BJ Colangelo / Films. I have no idea who that is, but who really takes anything you know, journalists take seriously nowadays. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've probably already seen the film, so I'm not going to really go into the plot of the film as such, really, other than some like little bits that we can see on the artwork. It's a brilliant film. I'd say it's my favourite out of the trilogy, at least so far. And this film has a PG rating. I will compare it to the other steelbooks for Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 a little bit later in the video. But that's pretty much all we can see and look at it on here right now. So let's get this out of the cellophane and have a little closer look. Okay, cellophane off, and they've done something that is quite common with these 4K steelbooks. I'm not a big fan of it. They use a little bit of glue when they're putting this partial sleeve to these steelbooks. There's like 2 dollops of glue on the top and there's one at the back. I have removed that now because I do want to keep this, you know, this cardboard back sleeve, because you know it's essentially part of the set itself. So we'll put that down because we've seen it. Now we can have a little proper look with the steelbook in its entirety. So you can remove the PG sticker if you wish to. And on the back we've got a great shot here of Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. Right, let's open this bad boy up and have a little look inside. We've got an advertisement here for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which, well, fingers crossed this one turns out pretty decent. If it's anything like Team Sonic Racing, yeah. We've got an advertisement here for Sonic Shadow Generations, which makes sense because you know Sonic and Shadow are very prominent with this film. Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of that re-release. I actually think I prefer the original version. And yeah, this is something that is quite common now as well with these 4K limited editions. It only actually contains the 4K. A lot of these previous ones, in fact, the previous 2 steelbooks, you'll get the Blu-ray in there as well. Let me just check that, you know, that there isn't another disc underneath there. No, there's not. But we'll take the disc out anyway, so we can have a look. Now, with the price that they were charging for this, which is £35, which is quite a lot, really, for you know, a single release film. I kind of cheaped out a bit there by not having a Blu-ray disc in there as well, because you know a lot of people when they buy these 4Ks they lend out the Blu-ray to a friend or family or whatever, and then you've got the 4K. Yeah, the artwork on this looks brilliant. In fact, the artwork on the inside of this case is actually better than what's on the outside. Yeah, honestly, I think this is a very lazy attempt at a steelbook. It's like there's been no effort at all in the artwork put on here. It's just generic Shadow stock artwork with this kind of very bland background. Jim's fine at the back there, but again, very bland background. How much cooler would that have looked if they'd have had this on the front right, and this on the back there, that would have looked so much better, right? I don't get it. It's really weird. When we look at the Steelbook for Sonic 2, this is so much better. So much more effort was put into this. Look, this one obviously clearly based off the Mega Drive / Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog 2 video game, but look how much cooler that is. They could have really done like a artwork of Sonic Adventure 2 sort of themed battle for this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it that it's got like a, you know, it reflects there. Even Shadow's eyes kind of like reflect red. That is cool, I'll give it that. But it's very lazy. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you, the artwork for the standard 4K or Blu-ray for this actually looks a lot better than the Steelbook. And how often do you often hear that? The Steelbook for the first film is fine. This was the very first film, so this is the very first time we've seen this artwork of Sonic the Hedgehog. This one is actually brand new. I haven't opened this because I got this Steelbook quite late after the first film was released. I only had the standard release for it. But yeah, even this, I think it just looks better. Put that down there. It's disappointing, and I honestly didn't know that there wasn't a Blu-ray disc in there as well. It's really like they've cheaped out on this set. What I would have loved for them to have done, well, actually before I say that, the Sonic version of this Steelbook is even worse in my opinion, because it just uses stock artwork from the first film. It's like, it's not even artwork from Sonic in the Sonic 3 film. It's just stock artwork from the first film. At least this one I've had to use obviously a new image for Shadow, but yeah, at least you've got a decent picture of Jim there at the back. That's the main reason why I went for this version instead. I'm not the hugest fan of the Shadow the Hedgehog character in itself, but I was not going to buy the Sonic one, just purely for the fact that it's just the same artwork. But what I would have loved for them to have done, what my idea was, or I was suggested, just hypothetically, is I'm not a big fan of like the Marvel films in general, but if anyone's seen the 4K Steelbooks they did for Deadpool 3, whereas there was two versions of it, and you had like Hugh Jackman's Logan Wolverine looking this way, and then if you had the Deadpool version with Ryan Reynolds, he was looking that way. It's like a big battle scene. That was so cool. That would have been such a great idea for a sort of similar artwork they could have done with this. Yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity. I know I'm like probably, you know, ranting on a little bit less about artwork, but it just, yeah, feels like a bit of a cop-out. Honestly, if I didn't have the Steelbooks for the first two, I wouldn't have even bothered with the Steelbook for the third one, because I do think 35 quid is a lot of money for one film, especially that it doesn't even have a Blu-ray disc or even a digital version that they sometimes used to add in with these. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, and drop a comment on your thoughts on the film itself. I've read reviews for the quality of the transfer in this, and it looks just as good as the first two, and the 4K transfers were really, really good on the first two. Kind of almost if you wanted to advertise a 4K television to show what it can do, that'd be great. What's the word I'm looking for here? Like a demo to showcase how good 4K looks. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got to say about it. I guess I'll put the advertisement coming soon. I don't know if we've got a release date for that yet. I'm assuming that will probably have a Switch 2 release, judging by that. Yeah, anyway, that's everything I've got to say for this, guys. I can't believe it's been a couple of years since I actually reviewed this one. Time is going by very quick. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Enjoy watching Sonic 3, and I will see you guys soon for another video. All the best.